Hi everyone, welcome to another Disney DVD video, and I just was wanting to show you more of what I have. I do not have Robin Hood or Bambi on DVD yet, but I will be looking for those. My collection hasn't stopped and I don't think it will stop, but I will show you what I have. First, I have the Platinum Edition of The Little Mermaid. This is my favorite Disney movie. And it did come with a slipcover. Some of my movies did not come with a slipcover. This is a classic, and again, like I said, it came out in 1989. I also have the Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea DVD that has a slipcover as well. This is the sequel to the first one. A lot of people think that the third movie is a sequel. It is a prequel. It's really different, but this is the second movie for The Little Mermaid. This came out in 2000 or 2003, I think. I'm not sure. And here is the third Little Mermaid. I believe this came out in 2009. This kind of tells you how Ariel had her start, how she lost her mom, and everything. So if I were you, I'd watch this first, then the other two. But that's just how I watch them. Next, we have Meet the Robertsons. I really like this movie. This came out in like 2007, I believe. I'm not sure, but yeah. Next, I have Lilo and Stitch, which came out in 2003. That's also another good movie. And then I have Tangled. This came out in 2009. Mandy Moore does the voice of Rapunzel. And I'm not sure who does Flynn. I think Zachary somebody does Flynn. I'm not sure. But this is another good movie. Next I have The Princess Diaries. And I do have the sequel, but not here with me. I only have the first one here. This is, again, the first one. This gave Anne Hathaway her start in movies, and she stars alongside Julie Andrews. This came out in 2001. It's based off the book by Meg Cabot. Next, I have Hercules, which came out in 1997. I consider this a classic because it came out in the 90s, and I'm a 90s kid. This came out when I was a kid, but yeah. The next movie I have is the Platinum Edition of Peter Pan. This came out in 1953. And again, this has the slipcover that I like. I don't know why, I just think it looks nicer with the slipcovers. Next, I have the Platinum Edition of Pinocchio. This came out in, I believe, 1940s or something. This is another classic. Next, I have Oliver and Company. This came out in 1988 with music by Billy Joel. And again, this is another classic. Next, I have The Aristocats. And I believe this came out in like 1950 or 1960, around there. I'm not sure. But again, this is another classic. Next, I have the Diamond Edition of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This has both the DVD and Blu-ray, and this came out in 1937, I believe. And this was the first animated movie from Walt Disney. Next, I have, even though they're not in order, I'll show you this one first. So, to make it in order, I have the Platinum Edition of Aladdin, the first one, and this did not come with a slipcover. I didn't find it with the slipcover. I don't know why, but anyway, I got it. It came out in 1992, and Robin Williams does the voice of Genie. Next, I'll come back to this one. This is the two DVD collection of both the Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, and Aladdin 3, Aladdin and the King of Thieves. These are two straight to DVD videos, and I believe this came out in 1994 for Return of Jafar, and there's the back of it. The sequels are good, I like them, and here's this one. Aladdin and the King of Thieves came out in 1996. This is the last Aladdin movie that was made. And in this one, Aladdin and Jasmine did get married. There's that. And here's this. Next, I have Pocahontas. This is another classic Disney movie, and of course Aladdin's a classic Disney movie too. This came out in June 1995. I saw this 5 times in the movie theater, so this is one of my favorite movies. And this is the only Disney movie that is based off a real-life princess. Yes, there was a real-life Pocahontas. Next, I have the remake of Annie. This is the 1999 version with Kathy Bates. This is the only version that I have. I do not have the original Annie. I do not like the original version for some reason. I just like this version a lot better. Next, I have, and I'll show them in order. Next, I have Mulan. This came out in 1998 with the voice of Eddie Murphy for Mushu. And it came with a slipcover, which is what I like. Makes it look a lot neater. Next, I have Mulan 2, which came out in 2005. And again, Eddie Murphy returns to voice Mushu. And I don't know if there's going to be a third Mulan. I'm not sure. I doubt there will be, but yeah. So, I have these two. Next, I have Toy Story with Tim Allen and Tom Hanks with the voices of Buzz and Woody. This came out in 1995. And again, this is another classic that came out. And finally, I have 2 more actually. Next we have Ratatouille, which came out, I believe, in 2008, maybe 2009, I'm not sure. This is a good movie. I like anything Disney, so, I mean, it's good. It's a change. But and it comes with a slipcover. So there's Ratatouille. And finally, we have Mary Poppins, which came out in 1964, and Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke plays the roles of Mary Poppins and Bert. This is based off a book by L.P. Travers, and there was a movie called Saving Mr. Banks that did tell you the story of how Walt Disney got the rights to Mary Poppins. So this is kind of like the making of Mary Poppins. So there you go. That is more of my Disney collection. I will be back later with more. And when I buy more, of course, I will, of course, show you those. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments. Bye.